Let's continue with our discussion, and this time it will be all about area and volume. Area. Area is defined as the following. The area of a polygon is the number of square units needed to cover the polygon. Area is a quantity that expresses the extent of a two-dimensional figure or shape or planar lamina in the plane. So when we get the area of a certain nga mga surface, so it only talks about two-dimensional figure. So nalang tayo duha ka dimension or part of the figure which ato nga gi-measure. Then all the units nga ato ang makit-an or as a result in getting the area of a certain nga surface are expressed in square unit or unit squared. So ako na explain later. So the formulas for area are the following. But before that, let's take for example this figure. So kay baw tanong nga, this is a rectangle. So unsa may kalahian sa perimeter o sa area? When we talk about the perimeter, so it is only the sum of all the measurement of the sides of the given polygon or surface area or two-dimensional figure. Now, kung ato na siyang visual presentation ang perimeter, so it would be like this. So, kani siya nga side, plus kana nga side, plus kana siya nga side, and lastly, kana siya nga side. Kung imo na siyang i-add, that will be the perimeter. So, meaning, imuha lang nga measurement sa nagpalibot niya nga surface. However, when we talk about the area of a polygon, it will be the inside or the whole lot. Okay? So, kanang tibuok. Okay? Kaning tibuok surface, ani, mao ni siya gitawag na to og area. So, quantity that expresses the extent of two-dimensional figure. So, the formulas, rather. So, most of the polygons nga atoa nga ma-encounter when we study math are the polygons nga triangle, square, rectangle, and trapezoid. But at this moment, we are going to focus only on square and rectangle. So, on the next mga levels sa high school, you are going to encounter, especially sa triangle, sa quadrilateral, so ma-take up rin sa trapezoid. By this time, we are going to take up only the basic, which is which are square and rectangle. So, mga ginaang ato ang kuanan kay at least maka experience and ma-learn ninyo ang skill, basic na mga skill pagkuha sa area of an object or figure. Okay. Now, so mo ni siya triangle equals, ako lang po i-flash but we will not be solving any about that. Square lang tag rectangle. So sa area sa triangle, it will be A equals, so A here represent area, equals B times H, or B stands for base, H stands for height. So base times height divided by 2. For square, it will be A equals to S squared. That means the measurement of each side of the square is raised to the power of 2, meaning you're going to multiply it to itself. And then, the rectangle is area is equal to the length times width. And for trapezoid, we have A is equal to height times the sum of the base 1 and base 2 all together divided by 2. So, ma-take up na ninyo further sa mga next nga mga year levels. So, by this point, ato asa nga I take up ang square and rectangle. For example, a rectangular lot has a width of 25 meters and a length of 32 meters. What is the area of the lot? So, we know that it is rectangle, so we use the formula of rectangle. So, that will be A equals to length times width. Or, again, basta makita mo, duha ka letter, magtapad, or number and letter magtapad, it indicates multiplication. So, this will be length times width. So, simply substitute A equals, ang atong length, mao na si 32 meters. Then, si width is 25 meters. So, there are times, kani siya tungod kay it is, so nga na ni, literally given kung saan width ang length. But if you're given a figure, so pwede na magkabaylo si length o si width. Because the length and width of a certain rectangle depends on the perspective of the one posing the figure. By this problem, gi-indicate pa diyan sa width and length. So, ato ang na siya nga sundon pag substitute. Okay? So, area equals to 800, and take note, diba? Into the unit is expressed in squared unit. Okay. So, ang square unit, mao ni siya. Ang unit is meter, kaduha gi-multiply mahimong meter squared. That is read as 800 meters squared or 300 square meters. Okay? Again, this is read as 800 meters squared. Okay? With D, basta unahon na mo ang meter pagbasa. Or you can have it as 800 square meters. O, walay D. Basta unahon mo ang pag-mention ang square. So, that's it. So, pagkuha sa area. Another example. What is the area of a square painting with each side measuring 18 inches? So, this time, it is a square. So, ang ato ang formula is A equals to S squared. Meaning, the measure of each side of the square raised to the power of 2. Or, kung pasabot ana, the measure of each side is being multiplied to itself. So, mahimo ni ingon ani. That is 18 inches raised to the power of 2. Look at hagi, substitute lang sa 18 inches sa S. Gipuli. Unya, dayon gi-raise to the power of 2. So, that's it. 18 times 18 equals to 324. Then, our unit will be inches squared. Okay. So, very simple. Kana lang siyang duha. Very, na siya. Kaya very simple and very easy to follow lang ang area. Then, let's not waste time. Let's move on to volume. Volume is defined as the following. So, volume is the amount of space that a substance or object occupies or that is enclosed within a container. So, if you notice, the word here occupies, meaning unsa ang space nga nabutangan by that certain object. Meaning, ang imuha ani nga figure is not already, it's not two-dimensional or already, but it is three-dimensional. So, I just forgot class to put the picture. Karon lang ako na-notice ng kulang. But, picture a box. Okay? So, when we say as a box, ang usa ka side ana niya, that is what we call as the polygon. Ang usa lang ka side ana. But the whole box itself, mo nang gitawag na to three-dimensional nga figure. So, kanang masudla na, container na siya. It can contain object to occupy a space. Okay? And then, it is expressed in cubic unit. So, or unit cubed. So, later, ako nang explain. Formula to use. So, daghan ta mga solid figures. Gitawag na sila solid figures because container naman. Daghang solid figures nga commonly discussed sa geometry, but by this time, ang pinaka-common, anha lang ta mo focus sa cube or simple nga box ang tanan nga side niya equal and the rectangular prism. Okay? So, sa cube equals to S cube or S to the power of 3, meaning the measure of each side of cube is being multiplied to itself 3 times. Okay? And the rectangular prism, that is V for volume, equals length times width times height. Okay. Now, for example, what is the volume of a box with the following dimensions? 7 meters long, 4 meters wide, and 5 meters high. So, very simple. Naman tayo length, width, and height. Therefore, this is a rectangular prism. Use V is equal to length times width times height. Substitute for L, W, and height. So, 7 times 4 times 5 meters. Therefore, our volume for the box is 140 meters. 140 meter cubed or 140 cubic meters. Okay. Another one. Let's have this example. Peter will ship his 27 cubic feet of merchandise. If he used a balikbayan box with each side measuring 4 feet, would his merchandise fit in the balikbayan box? Explain your answer. Since gihatag diri ang balikbayan box nga gamito ni Peter has a measurement of 4 feet each side, meaning this is a cube. Si Peter kuno mag-ship og balig 27 cubic feet of merchandise, any goods nga iyang ipadala. Iyang gamito ng balikbayan box nga ang kada side ng measure 4 feet. Ang pangutana, muigo ba ang iyang ipadala or isulod ng mga merchandise sa balikbayan box? So, we'll use volume equals S cubed since it is a cube box. Next, substitute for S, kada side 4 feet, then raise it to the power of 3. So, this is V is equal to, this is cube man class, so this is 4 times 4 times 4. Katuluon nimo siya multiply sa iyang kaugalingon. Okay? So that will be 64. Then, feet, katulusan nato i-multiply to itself, so that is feet cube or cubic feet. So our answer is, the volume of the box is 64 feet cubed or 64 cubic feet. But the question is, would his merchandise fit in a balikbayan box? And the answer is, obviously, yes, it will fit because it's only 27 feet cube and our balikbayan box is way larger to 64 feet cubed. So, that is the explanation you have for your answer. So, if you have questions, if you have doubts, confusions regarding the lessons, you have the freedom to go over with our video, and you can ask also my inputs or my ang explanation further through, you can ask me through GC or through my contact number which was given to you already. So, that would be all for our lesson for this week. I hope you're going to enjoy our activities. Thank you.